So boss, this is the indicator that I'm talking about. The blue one, can you see it? The arrow. So if it is buy, it will come out as blue. Okay. So if it is sell, this is it here. Can you see? This is the arrow. If it is sell, it will come out as red if it is sell. Okay. So can you see the blue again? Okay. So let me see. I'm looking for the red. It is bigger than what I'm seeing there. So I'm going to tell you how it works. This is it. Can you see that long sell trade? This is the arrow, the sell. Can you see the long sell? Can you see the long sell? You see how you did not see buy. The buy did not come out. The blue buy. Okay. Until we get here, then we see the blue. So when you see this blue, what are you going to do? You keep taking your trade on what? Higher low, higher low. You see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Can you see that? Okay. But let me now start from where we stopped. This is V100, V100, V100. So the first thing I'm going to be showing you in this video is the arrow. Before we now go to the next video, look at the arrow, and this is 4 hours time frame. What I'm going to be explaining to you, it is the same thing on all the time frames and the same thing on all the assets. Take note, sir. Okay, look at the dot for the general trend here. It pump out, isn't it? It pump out. Buy. Okay, am I going to buy this? Maybe if I want to combine one 15 minutes time frame and 1 minute time frame on my step index, then I can take this trade. I can take this trade, and I have a rule in taking that. When I want to do the video for the step index, I'm going to show you that. But this is what we are going to. This is our focus on this very video. It pump out for a buy. It is a general indicator for a trend. General indicator for a trend. It pump out for a buy. Will I enter now? No, I'm going to wait. Don't forget, this is 4 hours time frame, and the strategy is the same thing on all the time frame. I'm going to wait. That patience will not kill me. I'm going to wait. Okay. So what am I waiting for? This fractal came out. Okay, don't let me go to that for now. I will do a video specifically for you on that, or when I get inside, I'm going to explain that fractal. I'm waiting for this arrow to pump out to complement the trade. Don't forget, this is 4 hours time frame. How many hours difference do we now have? 4 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Almost half of the day. We are still waiting for this arrow to pump out, isn't it? So the arrow is out. Let's say you want to be trading on higher time frame. So the arrow is out now. What are you going to do? It came out on this particular candlestick. This particular candlestick. What are you going to do? Take that fucking trade immediately. Enter. Can you now see what happened since it came out? V100. Can you see that? Can you see that fucking trade? Can you see that? Okay. The fractal that I'm talking about, after this arrow came out, a fractal came out for a pullback. Can you see it? 4 plus 4, 8 hours. The pullback, if you want to count this part, this particular candlestick is going to finish before this one pump out. So we have a pullback of 12 hours. Don't forget we are operating on 4 hours time frame. And the market pullback went continue in that direction, and the fractal came out for that particular direction again, that yes, I'm going in this direction. This arrow is still out for the buy. What are you going to do when this fractal came out as a continuous entry? You enter that fucking trade. When this fractal came out on this particular candlestick, how many hours has the market gone up? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 32 hours now. It's going up. So when this particular dot came out, if you want to look for entry, maybe you go to lower time frame, you look for an entry. But from 15 minutes time frame, let this arrow pump out and you join that fucking trade. Are you with me? Then this range indicator that has this particular dot has already given us the stop loss zone. If this market reverses and did not close outside this breaking line, we're not going to leave that particular trade. We are going to stay there. Is it clear? Okay. Let's look at this particular entry now. This dot for a sell came out. Can you see the number of hours it used to came down? Eh? Why I'm still waiting for this arrow to pump out. Look at the arrow here. Let me enlarge it so that you can see where it came out. The arrow pump out here. Can you see that arrow there? The arrow for the sell. Okay. So, like how many hours? Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Multiply by the number of hours. Are you with me now? Am I going to take this trade? If I'm using this particular arrow to take the trade, I'm not going to enter. Only if I'm using my fractal to take an entry on lower time frame, like what I explained here. That's why I'm going to consider this trade. But I'm not going to enter this trade because the last arrow that we have complemented that entry is a buy arrow. Where is it? It's somewhere. Can you see it here? So you see the arrow, the long arrow is still saying buy, 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 buy. All these sell, they are fake sells. Fake sell. Can you see it? It will also go up again. They are fake sell. Until I see that arrow, before I'm going to consider that trade, we pull back again, continue with downtrend. Are you with me? Then it picked the sell and the arrow came out here. Am I going to take this fucking trade? Yes. The arrow is complementing the general trend now. And you know, what did you notice? They came out on the same candlestick at the same time. At the same time, the arrow and the general trend indicator. Look at it now. And when it came out, we have a pullback. After that pullback, what happened? The fractal is out. Look at it now. And what happened then? The market came down. How many hours? Can you see? This is a 4 hours candlestick. Like another 2 hours pullback, then continuation. Then look at it now. I'm going to wait for that arrow before I enter. Can you see it now? Another second entry, isn't it? Okay. We are going for a buy. This is the next signal. Look at it. We have a dot for a buy. Eh? Am I going to take this trade? No. Look at the pullback. Then we now have a fractal here. After this came out, only you want to be using the pullback, then you take the fractal to enter before this arrow pump out. Do you get it now? Like I explained previously. But you are waiting for the arrow to pump out. After this has pumped out, when this arrow pump out, it is on this particular candlestick. How many hours did this trade used to go up before we have a pullback with this particular one? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4, 16 hours. Can you see that now? And when the arrow was out, we have a pullback with this particular fractal. This is how many hours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 hours. If you go to 1 hour time frame, you would have seen this arrow pump out. If you go to 15 minutes time frame, you would have seen this arrow pump out. If you are trading on lower time frame, but our focus, we are using 4 hours. So this is a pullback, and the market continues. This arrow is still out. Don't forget. It's still saying buy. The fractal pump out again. What happened? Continuous. The market went up. Can you see number of hours and number of days? Can you see that? So the focus is this on this particular arrow complementing this dot. Are you together now? And so we have a pullback here. Can you see this pullback? The dot came out for the general trend. S master is still saying green. Am I going to take this trade? No. Only if I want to go and pick a trade on lower time frame or 15 minutes time frame, definitely you are going to see that the arrow is going to pump out. Eh? The arrow definitely is going to pump out. If you go to, because higher time frame controls lower time frame. How many hours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you see 8 times 4? Almost 32 hours. So definitely there's going to be a movement on 15 minutes time frame with this arrow pumping out for sell. But since you are operating on 4 hours time frame, are you going to take this sell? No. Only if you want to use the fractal to enter. And you scalp quickly and you are out. We are waiting for the arrow to pump out for a sell. Did it pump out? No. What happened next? This arrow is still out. Don't forget, we have a buy for continuous trend. S master is still saying green. It has not crossed to red. Can you see it? How many hours did you use it to went up? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4, 16, 20 hours. Can you see it? Until we have a pullback again. Okay, we have a pullback with the fractal. What happened with the fractal again? On this particular moment, it said we should go up. How many hours? Can you see? So the arrow is still controlling all the buy. So you'll be looking for buy entry. When that arrow is out, keep looking for buy entry and not say buy entry, new buy entries. Can you see it? The general trend, new buy entry. Can you see the dot? No buy entry. Are we going to take this cell, the one that I think this is the one we explained last? No, until the arrow now came out here before we start considering cell signal. Can you see how the arrow works now? Can you see how the arrow works now? Let me see if I'm going to see another one. Okay, this is another cell signal. Are you looking at that trend? Can you see the arrow came out here? Hmm? We have a pullback, then the factor says sell. If I want to consider this particular cell, I'm considering it on this particular fractal that says sell again. I'm considering it on this particular that says sell again. I'm considering on this particular one that says sell again. But with the arrow that we are putting, that we are combining together with the dot, look at the arrow. This is where it pump out. What are we going to be doing? We keep looking for sell signal. Look at it. The fractal, sell, fractal, sell, fractal, sell. That's what I was telling you on the call. When the arrow pump out and you enter, there's a pullback. When the fractal is out again, you take a sell. Whatever you want to pick, you pick. Look at it. How many hours? More than 4 hours since then. We have a pullback. Fractal here again. Sell. 8 hours. It went back up. Fractal here again. Inside the cell. Inside, we are still inside the arrow. Sell again. And if you are considering only this particular one, you keep taking the fractal on the sell, on the sell. And if it is buy, you keep taking it on the buy, on the buy, on the buy. How many entries do we have after this particular arrow? 1, 2, 3 for the entry. Can you see that now? Am I going to take this buy? No. It pop out for a buy and it's a general trend signal. If you are operating on 1 hour time frame, on 15 minutes time frame, 30 minutes time frame, definitely you are going to see this. You are going to see the buy arrow complement the dot on those lower time frame. But don't forget, our operation is on what? Lower time frame. If you want to quickly go to lower time frame to go and look for the arrow, and you use the arrow on 15 minutes time frame and above, 15 minutes time frame and above, you use this arrow. Don't use it on 5 minutes, don't use it on 1 minute. So what happened? Don't forget, I said we keep looking for sell when the arrow is out. What happened here again? The sell pump out. The formula is still saying sell. It's still telling us to sell. The S master still telling us to still on red. I'm going to take this fucking trade. How many hours did you use to came down? 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 16, 20 hours. Can you see? We have a pullback again. It came down again. 1, 2, 3, almost 20 hours. Can you see how it works now? This is how the arrow works. Then wait for the next video. I'm coming.